Hi, Guillermo. Okay, so I'm going to try and make you a video here to kind of walk you through some things that hopefully will answer some of your questions. First question in regards to the project, the scavenger hunt. Yes, that project, because it's worth 100 points, does have the power to kind of almost erase, in a sense, some of your missing work, especially because you're not missing a whole lot. Um, that being said, the thing that really is impacting your grade right now is actually the word parts test. So that's probably something that you're going to want to consider trying to take, even if you don't make up any of your other work and you just focus on the project. So maybe that's where you want to spend your time and your energy is on that scavenger hunt project and making sure that's done really well, and then also making sure that you take that test because any points on that test are better than no points on that test because the test is such a big part of the grade. So that being said, I'm going to go through kind of both of those with you. That way, hopefully, we can cover what you need to do to make sure that you can be successful with that. So as far as the project, I would definitely recommend watching some of the videos that I've posted. So if you see here, I'm in the stream section. I'm on Google Classroom. That's the one that should pop up as soon as you come to, if you click on your class period. This is for period one. I always use period one as a sample, but the same information is on your class as well. So if you open your period four English class, it should take you straight here to the stream. And if you scroll down a little bit, one of the top posts is the video from the Zoom for today. I would recommend watching that because in that video, I go over this presentation here, which is a example of what good and bad slides look like for this project that you guys are working on. So I walk through step by step in that video, like this is what bad slides look like. So for example, as you would watch it, um, you'll see as I go through and talk about these slides, starting on slide 3 and moving forward. I go through in detail and explain why these slides would get little to no points. So in other words, if you completed your presentation and they look like any of these slides, so slide 5, slide 6, slide 7, slide 8, or slide 9, why these are not well done slides. So it's important to watch that video so that you can get that feedback on why you want to make sure your slides don't look like this, because that's not going to help your grade. Because in order to do well on this project and enough to where it's going to erase any of that missing work you have, you want to make sure you're getting as many points as possible. So what you want to do is really focus on these next slides. So starting with slide 11, slide 12, slide 13, slide 14. Those are all examples of what well done slides look like. So you can look through those, you can listen to the video and what I talk about as to why those are examples of really well done slides, but that's kind of what you want to model your slides after are these examples in the latter part of this presentation, because this is what I'm looking for in terms of grading if you want to make sure you're going to get an A and be able to, get the grade that you want on the project to get all those 100 points. So again, that was right there in the stream, is that presentation. So you're welcome to open the presentation like I did and click through it and look at it. You'll also notice that there are descriptions down here below about the slides, but I really think it would benefit you to watch the video because, like I said, if you open this video, I go through detail by detail. That's what I did in the Zoom today with everybody and explain to them why those slides were bad or why those slides were good. Okay, so that would be something I would definitely recommend that you do. And then also you may want to consider watching some of the other videos that I posted for like the weekly videos if you haven't been watching those. So like this is this week's weekly video that goes kind of over the assignments for this week. And then the good one to watch, you actually have to kind of scroll down a ways, is last week's weekly video. So if I keep scrolling past Zoom here, past the yearbook order center, you will see week of May 11th through 15th. If you watch this video, and you can always like go through and fast forward and scroll to the parts you need to watch, but this video not only goes over the assignments from last week, but specifically talks more about that remote learning at home scavenger hunt project. So I would consider watching that as well. But if you're only going to watch one, and if you had to watch the one you're going to get your most bang for your buck, I would say today's Zoom would be the one to watch and to look at that sample slideshow that I showed you. Okay, because that's really going to help you with how to make sure that your slides are being completed well. All right. So I would definitely make that project a focus for you. And again, the other thing I mentioned that you should probably consider making a focus is that word parts test. So I'm going to show you where you would access that. So remember, to access your actual assignments, should be clicking on this classwork section. And then if you come to the classwork section, you'll notice your work is all listed here. And then your work is also listed over here. So like if I want to go to this week or last week or the week before that, I can just click on whichever week I want to look at. So if I want to look at this week in more detail, I can click on week of May 18th through 22nd. And then as I scroll down, I'll see the assignments for the week. And this week, you're not going to see any mention of that word parts test because that was from last week, but you should see your assignments that you need to be completing this week. So the main things this week that you need to do for your points are your attendance. So you would access this here via this Google form, sign into your attendance, which you obviously, I think, have already done. That's how I got your note. So that's good. Then your other thing is letter to Miss Hong. Okay, so remember that's right here. And then you would click on that to open that. And then your slide for completing that letter from Ms. Hong is right there. And then the only other real thing for this week is continuing to work on that scavenger hunt. I didn't really assign any additional work for you guys because I wanted you to be able to focus all your time and energy on the scavenger hunt, except for iReady. Do also make sure you're doing your iReady every week. So your link for Clever for iReady is right there. Your 30 minutes of on task time, that's also important because those are big points towards your grade as well. But if I want to access the link for the test, I have to go to last week. So if I click on week of May 11th right here, that actually takes me to last week. And you'll see the same kind of breakdown of the assignments here. There's the attendance, the weekly agenda. And I have to scroll down to Friday, all the way down to Friday for that test because the test was assigned on Friday. So I go all the way down to the end of the week here. And you will see here's the link, the Google form, sign in for the test. So if you click on this, it'll ask you to sign in with your Google account. Sometimes it signs you in automatically, sometimes it doesn't. This one's trying to sign me in actually, and I'm actually under my fiance's account right now to see it as a student view. So this is what it will look like. And it's a multiple choice test, but it is on the word parts that you were supposed to have been studying on Quizlet. So that's the one catch. I know that you've been having some issues with Quizlet. That seems to be what you're missing most. So my suggestion to you is to try and see if you can log into Quizlet, just so you can get some practice, even if you don't complete all of the activities, but just to get some practice before you take the test. You're welcome to try taking the test without having done the Quizlet, but I don't know how well you'll do. I mean, some points are obviously always better than no points. But I would highly recommend going back, like if you go back to the beginning of the week here for this is still that same week. So the week of the 11th. If I go all the way up to the top here and I look on Monday, May 11th, you will see on Monday, May 11th, this is the link for Quizlet. And yours will say period 4. And so if I click on that link for period 4, it will take me to my class where I can complete my assignments. And so this is where I would look at this word parts lessons 1 through 4. Don't even worry about 1 through 3 at this point. If you can get in here. And if all you do is like a couple of these activities, like the flashcards especially, and then pick one of these activities to do besides the test, to just practice these, that will at least kind of help prepare you for the test a little bit better. Like I said, you can skip the rest of them if you're planning on trying to focus on that PowerPoint, that remote learning scavenger hunt for your points. Don't worry about completing all of these to get your points unless you really want to, but at least I would do some of it, because if you've done some of it and you've at least exposed yourself to these words, gone through them on the flashcards, made sure you looked at them, that can help you to do better on the test. And you may even consider, some people chose to take notes while they were doing the flashcards. because having those notes, just writing the information down, helped it to stick better in their brains. And then they were able to use that as they came to take the test. Okay, so that's kind of my suggestion to you. So again, just to kind of be clear, to repeat, the two most important things for your grade right now are this remote learning at home scavenger hunt, making sure that that is done well. And again, considering watching that video that I told you that's in the stream from today's Zoom and looking at these slides to give you some ideas on what good slides look like as you're working on completing that. And then also taking this test and doing everything you can to do your best possible on this test. And then everything else, don't worry about it. And if there's any other missing work, go ahead and skip it. If you have those two things in place, you should be fine. So don't stress. I know that you're going to be okay. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to keep asking. If I have to make more videos for you, if we have to have a Zoom, whatever we need, okay, I will help you to get through this. All right. Good luck. Let me know if you need anything else. Bye.